So Adam Project came out this past weekend, I think.
Yep.
On Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix original. Ryan Reynolds starred. Shawn Levy directed. Starring Ryan Reynolds. Zoe Saldana.
Two Catherine Keeners.
Two Catherine Keeners.
Mark Ruffalo, Jennifer
Garner.
The kid who is great, but I forget his name.
Too. I'll bring up IMDb.
It's pretty much everybody, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of a small cast movie.
Yeah.
There's like the one, the main, like, Catherine Keener's, like, main enforcer guy who's kind of there
guy.
throughout the whole movie. I forget his name. Fastos.
Yes. That would be Christos.
Oh, Fastos is an
Alex
Eternal.
Malari Jr.
Great, yeah. Yeah, he was okay.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, Adam Project was a fun, good movie. Not great. Not bad. Good.
Okay.
And for me, basically what that is the main plot I gave two shits about. The whole kind of time travel, we got to go back, save the universe type thing. And, in my time, it's like, you ever seen Terminator? It's 10 times worse or whatever that is. Or, I didn't care about any of that. What I cared about was the relationship between Ryan Reynolds and the kid who played his younger self.
Yeah.
And dealing with the grief of the
Not
loss.
Mark Ruffalo?
Well, I mean, that whole relationship, that family
that
relationship
trio.
dynamic. Yeah. I'm including Jennifer Garner in that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I cared about them dealing with the grief of that and how they kind of learned from each other. Because in the beginning, I was like, why is this kid such an asshole to his mom?
Yeah.
Like, he's such a... But, throughout the movie, you kind of learn, like, especially Ryan Reynolds' version. It just... I really cared about them, and I cared about their relationship. Again, the whole Catherine Keener story, I did not care.
Yeah.
So when they were like blowing up the whole thing at the end, I was like, oh, okay. Like, I thought the kind of, this is full spoilers, by the way, for Adam Project. Sorry. Full spoilers. So if you don't want to watch it, leave now, come back. Or if you don't want to get spoiled. When she does the whole kind of bullet magnetic thing, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought that was a great, like, subverting expectations moment because
I thought her younger
was
self
gonna
would
like
just jump in front of it.
No, exactly.
That's exactly what me and Danielle said. We're like, oh, I'll probably just
and I think that the movie does such a perfect job of setting that up, setting that expectation up, of being like, oh, well, her younger self is kind of backing off. The older one is kind of going full monologue, to quote Syndrome, like, she was monologuing pretty hard, like, with the gun, like, I've killed, you don't think I'll kill one more, like, she was really, like, becoming unhinged, and it kind of sets it up perfectly that you're like, oh, well, the younger one's probably going to jump in front of it, but I caught myself because I was like, they already said that if it went through one person, it wouldn't stop the bullet. It would just go through it. Yes. So I was like, she can't jump in front of it. I was like, something else is going to have to happen. Yeah. And then my brain was so busy thinking about that it never occurred to me, the magnet thing. And then as soon as it happened, you think back to 30 seconds before when he says thank you for that information to when Mark Ruffalo says that to Ryan Reynolds. And you're like, oh, okay, that was a weird way to say that. But it's because, no, he knew in that moment he'd be safe.
And then immediately I said, magnets, bitch.
Jesse Pinkman. And that'll do it for this show. No. But I thought that was everything else about the movie aside, I thought that was a genuinely, like, top 10 moment probably for, like, this year in movies, like, because I was like wow, you really got me, like, when a movie really impresses me like that, and I'm like, I did not see that coming. That was a great moment.
I like the banter between Ryan Reynolds and the younger kid. I gotta look up his name because I can't just keep calling him younger kid. Walker Scobell. I thought their banter was great. Some of the jokes were hit and miss, like the whole kind of smoke the banana or whatever they said, like,
that was weird.
I was like, that's not really funny, but okay. But this movie,
Oh.
out of all the things about this movie,
Oh.
probably has the worst deep fake I have ever seen.
Is it a deep fake or is it
It's
like a DH?
I think there's no way it's a DH.
It looks
Because
like I
Danielle
think you're
said-
right because the side of her head sometimes when she
Yeah.
turns,
Yes.
it almost looks like it's not matched up.
I think they aged her up and aged her down. I think was what Danielle said, and I could kind of see that too. I don't maybe the
What do you
older
mean?
one.
Oh, like they aged current day Catherine Keener
Yes,
up to be even
and
older.
down.
Yeah, I
But
got
if they like, the deepfake is just hilariously bad. Like it's bad. Like
it's
I
bad,
wanted
yeah.
to look away. Like it was that bad.
Her nose
When-
doesn't. It looks
when
like a
she
different
came
person's
back,
nose.
At the end, I was like, please don't make me watch this again.
Yeah,
It's already bad enough.
yeah.
And I like Danielle might I don't know if she'll test this, but I literally yelped. I was like,
Wow.
Mandalorian, that looked great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Netflix, all your money, you can't make it,
Yeah, exactly.
halfway decent. I get it, it's new technology,
Yeah.
but just don't. If it looks, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Maybe you age her up, and then you just. And I get it's years,
Mhm.
but like just bring regular Catherine Keener in.
Yeah.
in to do it.
Well, and also it's like, oh no, no, 1,000%.
I get the years like would be kind of wonky,
but what you just said. So, but here's the thing.
yeah,
Catherine Keener is not a romantic interest of Mark Ruffalo's character or anything, so
Right.
they don't have to be the same age. Catherine Keener's relationship with him is that
They're
she
partners.
just is a partner and funds
Yeah.
his research.
Yeah.
She could have been any age. She could have been 40 in
Mm.
the past, and then she could have been like 60 something in the future. Instead, they made her 30 in the past,
Yeah.
and then 50 something Catherine Keener, and it's like. If you had just made her a little bit older to start with, you could have just done makeup for both sides of it. Like, you know what I mean? Or here's an idea. Here's something that movies used to do. Just cast a different actress as a younger person. I mean, I get that that would undercut having them right next to each other, but
I think that was clearly that was also a different actress. That was a different actress with her face.
For sure.
Which,
yeah.
Yeah, it was just really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that really, I don't want to say because I was already like at the point where I was like, I don't care about this plot. But that I was like, okay, now I really don't care.
Yeah.
Because this is just not good. But yeah, I think the mainstay for the movie is, and what really works for me is the relationship between the family, and that's really it. But it really hits.
I would
for
say
me.
Zoe
It really hits
Saldana
for me.
too.
And so sorry,
Yeah.
Zoe Saldana, him coming back, finding her, and all that thing, and then she dies, and I was like,
Yeah.
damn, like come on.
Yeah, that was good. That
You
was
know,
good
like,
though.
that-
It was like shit. It was like it really felt like okay, they have to do it. Then.
because he was like, and you could see like Ryan Reynolds. I thought like really was.
Oh, he
like,
was great in this.
he's
He was
like,
great
Come
in
on,
this.
like
Yeah.
like I don't want to. I just found you and all.
Yeah.
And he leaves, and
I
thought that
believed
was
it,
all.
yeah.
So did I. And then at the end, you kind of get that nice ending. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But yeah,
Oh, did you get the little Star Trek reference?
no,
He
I
was
did
like,
not.
"What's your major?" And she said, whatever, some word for space that I am blanking on right now. But then she said linguistics, or like alien linguistics or something like that. That's what Uhura, who she plays in Star Trek,
Oh.
that's her thing.
Oh, okay.
Is that she's
Like a translator.
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, well, I was like a
Yeah.
little Star Trek, and there's tons of little references in there. And I've seen people like, I'll say it because if you want to come over here, you could fight me. But like Lon Harris from like Screen Junkies, our fandom now, he was like, he went on this whole thing on Twitter and about how like the stickers on the what is it called? Like the toy chest or whatever you want to call it. The bin outside that he gets the baseball mitts out of. It has a Deadpool and a Hulk sticker on it.
Oh, it does. Okay.
And it's exactly. It's literally
yeah.
half a second. And he made this whole long Twitter thread. And I'm only saying him. There was tons of other people on TikTok. TikTok was full of it. But it's like, it's like I'm sick of movies having to do this. Like, oh, you get it? Like these guys are. It's just having fun. Like, you know what I mean? If you can, like, and I we'll get into how I felt about the movie in a second, but like I think I liked it a little bit more than you did. Not to say that you didn't like it. But if you look at a movie like The Adam Project and like Free Guy, and not just be like, yeah, it's kind of the same thing with Ready Player One. It's like they're playing fast and loose with it, but it's like they're just having a good time. Like if you're watching a Ryan Reynolds action something movie like this, especially with like there's gonna be references and stuff. That's what Ryan Reynolds is perfect at.
Watching this, I did say like, I can't wait for a Deadpool Hulk interaction.
Yeah,
like just watch.
Oh, did you like when the kid did the superhero landing?
Oh,
that was great. That was a great Deadpool moment.
But yeah, I thought it was good, not great.
What'd you give it?
I gave it 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gave it.
It's really hard to go higher than that for me when I cared less about the main plot.
Yeah. Well, part of my goal has been, and I've talked about this for like years. I know. That like I give out 5 stars way too much.
Yeah.
So I've been really trying to like hold back, and I've given a lot of shit 3 stars. Like I really have, especially with what I've been watching lately, like I've really been more stringent with myself. Like I gave Fresh and a couple of the other movies that I watched 3 stars because I was like, that was a good, enjoyable, like Kimmy, I gave 3 stars. I was like, that was a good, enjoyable, solid film that I either will never watch again. It was just okay. 3 stars can mean a lot of things, but what it does definitely mean is I liked it. And I would say I more than liked The Adam Project. I gave it 4 stars. 4 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
Everything you said, I agree with 100%. I think the absolute strongest parts of the movie is the family dynamic, especially the
action
scene.
was good too, I thought, by the way.
What did you say?
Action.
Oh, the action was phenomenal. Yes, but yeah, I thought that's a very good point. I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like we would have forgotten. The action was fantastic in this movie, right on par with like Free Guy. Like really, really good. If this is how Shawn Levy directs Ryan Reynolds doing action, I mean Deadpool 3 is, the comedy, the action, it all comes together in those first 2 movies. Deadpool 3 is sure to be incredible. Whether it's R or PG-13, I honestly feel like it would be just as enjoyable. Like, I feel like you don't need the blood and guts if you don't have if that's the main barrier, because you could still have him swearing and stuff. Just do 1 F-bomb. Or you could go R-rated. Doesn't really matter to me. But we'll talk about that another time. I really enjoyed that. I also did not care for, like, the Catherine Keener thing. Like, I was like, I really don't give a shit, like, about... For me, it's like, I really didn't care about... To me, it was like, okay, the, like, Terminator-esque future that he was talking about. Like, I was like, okay, I don't really care about that. But I feel like you don't really need to care about...
You need me to care about it? Show me it.
Well,
Don't
that's what
tell
I
me
mean.
that it's like Terminator.
I feel like, though, we don't really need to care about it. Because I
Right.
feel like he's here now. That reality is gone. Because he either fixes it and it's gone anyways, or he's not going back to it because he's going to die. So for me, it was more like I didn't enjoy the villain aspect with Catherine Keener and stuff, but it had to be there. Otherwise, there would be no driving force. But that being said, yeah, I didn't enjoy that. But I really loved the interactions with Mark Ruffalo and Ryan Reynolds, as well as Ryan Reynolds and Jennifer Garner too. Like specifically the bar scene when she's talking about her, the young Adam, and he's like on the verge of tears, and I'm like the acting in this movie, just to bring it down way to basics, the acting in this movie from everyone is like so good. Even Catherine Keener, I thought she hammed it up as a villain and did a great job. It was just kind of the look of the younger one that was and the plot, but acting wise, I think she served the purpose perfectly in both roles. My cat's losing his mind. I thought that she was great too, but specifically that bar scene, I feel like is maybe even the best scene of the movie. No, that's a lie. Definitely the best scene of the movie is at the end with young Adam.
Oh,
right
yeah,
when he's
catch.
just, oh,
yeah. That's a tough one.
And then when it's just boom,
Yeah.
it was like Hawkeye and Endgame all over again. But yeah, like my roommate was like, she was like, wait, they're gone, and I was like, well, at least Mark Ruffalo, he's got another Adam at home. You know what I mean? He's got 4 years with that Adam, too. So he's got 4 years to make it even better with him. And who knows? It's one of those movies that it does leave it open ended that we don't know. Maybe because he didn't do this stuff, maybe he's on a different set of events and he might have lived. It's one of those movies where it doesn't really give you the answer. So who knows what could have happened.
So you gave 4 out of 5?
Yeah, I gave the Adam Project 4 out of 5
3
stars.
out of 5.